You know, I don't even know what to say about this stupidity. For the last 2 weeks, on multiple occasions, I have told you guys that Major League Baseball is completely out of touch with their audience. Anytime I talk about it, I get comments, I get emails talking about my lack of respect for baseball. Now, the people that email me, they're always respectful. We just agree to disagree when it comes to Major League Baseball. But even when I receive comments and emails, no one can dispute my point that Major League Baseball is out of touch with their audience. If you've ever doubted that, I'm about to give you two more examples that further prove my point. Have you ever heard of Antoan Richardson or Antoan Richardson? Whatever the fuck. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. I've never heard of the motherfucker. Ooh. Let me go ahead and apologize to Black Lives Matter. Didn't you guys get the memo? Oh, yeah. The term motherfucker is now considered to be racist. Last night, the Padres were in San Francisco to play the Giants. My friend who lives out in San Francisco, he was actually at the game last night. He likes to aggravate me by sending me pictures of the game because he knows how much I could care less about Major League Baseball. But at some point during the game, Padres third base coach, Mike Shildt, he approached Giants pitcher Alex Wood. Giants third base coach Antoan Richardson, he inserted himself into the conversation, and he began showing off his beta maleness. Mike Shildt ignored Antoan Richardson, and he became visibly offended. How dare the white man ignore me? I'm important, damn it. I'm the third base coach on a team no one gives a shit about. The situation turned into an argument between three anonymous baseball coaches and players. Padres manager Gabe Kapler, another dude that no one's ever heard of, he came onto the field to defuse the situation. At that point, Mike Shildt told his manager, "You need to control that motherfucker," talking about Antoan Richardson. Now you have to remember, Antoan Richardson was already into his full-blown beta male feelings when he was ignored by Mike Shildt. Once he overheard him telling his manager that he needs to be controlled, Antoan Richardson dove straight into victim mode. "I can use this situation to make myself famous. Look at me, look at me. I am the latest victim of fake racism." Local media caught up with Antoan Richardson after the game. It damn sure wasn't the national media, since no one outside San Francisco or San Diego gave a shit about that meaningless game last night. KNBR caught up with Antoan Richardson after the game. Are you ready for a good laugh? Are you ready to watch a grown man make himself look like a complete dumbass? Here we go. Roll the film.
He yelled, "You need to control that motherfucker." And at that point in time, I went up to the front top step and I said, "Excuse me," because I didn't think that was, I couldn't believe what I heard. And at that point in time, Gibson, the crew chief, decided to toss me from the game. And I say this because I think that this, his words were disproportionately unwarranted and reeked undertones of racism when he referred to me as that motherfucker, as if I to be controlled or a piece of property or enslaved.
Now, you may be wondering, how does this further prove that Major League Baseball is out of touch with their audience? If bullshit like this came from a coach in the NBA, it would be expected. It wouldn't be all that surprising. It would just be another Wednesday afternoon. More African Americans watch the NBA than any other league. Adam Silver, he has been bending over and allowing Black Lives Matter to ram his ass for 2 years now. Americans are tired of hearing about racism, especially when it comes to fake racism. Now, I don't speak for all white people. I can only speak for myself. But most of the people I know, most of the people I talk to on a regular basis, we're tired of people victimizing themselves. We're tired of hearing about fake racism. 80% of the audience in Major League Baseball is either white or Hispanic. African Americans make up 16% of the audience. Now you tell me, how many baseball fans do you think are taking Antoan Richardson's accusations seriously? How many do you think? Social justice warriors are constantly trying to ban words. You're not allowed to say gay anymore unless you're referencing that evil don't say gay bill in Florida. You're not allowed to say black, that's racist. You're not allowed to say motherfucker, that's racist. What the hell was Mike Shildt supposed to say? Hey, can you please administer a calm demeanor to that person over there who is darker than I and is clearly upset with me for ignoring him? You're not allowed to refer to Antoan Richardson as a man. That could be construed as misgendering. What if he's non-binary? What if he's gender void? We don't know. We have no way of knowing. God forbid you misgender someone. If you can't handle someone calling you a motherfucker, you have no business being involved in sports. If you want to be handled delicately, if you want to have your feelings considered, go take classes at Woke U. Here in the real world, there are no racial undertones to the word motherfucker. If anything, mothers should be offended by it, not black people. You know how many times I've been called a motherfucker? Hell, most of the time when one of my friends calls me, that's how they address me. I take it as a term of endearment. It's how we communicate. Antoan Richardson, he would never survive with us on the golf course. He would be in tears by the time we made it to hole 3. But don't worry. Don't worry. All is well with Antoan Richardson now. Earlier today, before the Padres and Giants played in another meaningless game, Antoan Richardson and Mike Shildt shared a nice woke hug together. Oh, isn't that just nice? Nothing cures fake racism like a nice woke hug. Antoan Richardson told the media before the game that he doesn't believe Mike Shildt is a racist. He said, all I was trying to do was bring awareness that certain words can have an impact on certain communities. I was also trying to make myself famous. Certain words can impact certain communities? What? I'm pretty sure the word motherfucker means the same thing to white people that it does to black people. I don't understand why Antoan Richardson is trying to paint such a beautiful word, one of my favorite words, with the race brush. But let's get to another example of Major League Baseball being completely out of touch with their audience. This comes courtesy of Phil Castellini, the president of the Cincinnati Reds, another irrelevant franchise. The Reds have managed to make the playoffs 4 times in the last 26 years. Apparently, there are calls in Cincinnati for the team to be sold. Not sure if anyone in Cincinnati would care if that happened. The Reds averaged a whopping 18,000 fans per game last season, or about the same number of people who watched Bomani Jones Sunday night on HBO. Phil Castellini, he is fed up with fans in Cincinnati. He was on local radio yesterday, and he was asked about the lack of trust fans have in him. Listen to his response.
That's the bottom line.
Sloaney asked you about the quote, show a little faith in us, right?
Yeah.
And I saw you got right through the coals. So you have people who say, look, faith is earned, 15 years of ownership. They haven't won to the extent that we would like. And so you had my faith, but you've lost it. Why should that fan maintain trust in you?
Well, where are you going to go? Let's start there. I mean, sell the team to who? I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, you want to have this debate. You know, if you want to look at what would you do with this team to have it be more profitable, make more money, compete more in the current economic system that this game exists, it would be to pick it up and move it somewhere else.
How out of touch can you be? How out of touch can you be? Most businesses, when they have a large number of people pissed off at them, large number of customers pissed off, they try to cater to their needs. They try to fix the problem. Have you ever been reading Google reviews and you come across a negative review on a company, then you see the response from the business owner? That shows you a business owner who cares. Now contrast that with the response of Phil Castellini. Oh, fans are pissed off at us. Well, where are you going to go? We're the only baseball team in town. I'll tell you where they'll go, Phil. they'll just go away. They'll stop watching. Ratings for Major League Baseball are already in the pooper. The Reds have been in the bottom half of the league in attendance every year since 2014. Then he doubles down and he threatens to move the team out of Cincinnati. In the current economic situation, the way to generate more money would be to move the team somewhere else. Brilliant strategy. That'll really get people in Cincinnati motivated to come support this dump. I swear to God, the people running Major League Baseball, it almost seems like they are intentionally trying to kill this league. Nothing Major League Baseball does makes sense. I don't like Adam Silver, but at least he tries to make the NBA better. Major League Baseball, they struggle to draw an audience on Fox, on ESPN, on FS1. What do to fix the problem? They move games to streaming services. The country's in an economic crisis with some of the dumbest people on the planet running our government. Baseball owners force a strike, arguing with players over money. You have the president of the Reds basically encouraging fans not to watch or attend games. I mean, what the hell's wrong with these people in Major League Baseball? Well, let me know what you think. Antoan Richardson playing the victim, Phil Castellini playing the dumbass. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.